Lakeview Lodge is a regional facility that provides services as far as La Ronge, for levels 1 to 3, and it's open facility, open to the public, not restricted to just First Nation. It's non-First Nation also. We've been operating for 15 years now and providing care for our elderly and disabled. There was a big need for that.
We had about 8 of our elders in Manitoba, Sioux Valley. When we'd go visit, that was hard on the families to leave them, and they would be crying, and our elders would be crying and wanting to come home. So my late husband and I, we decided, well, let's try and bring them home. And then rather than build a small one, we said, well, let's just go to max. This way we know we can accommodate other First Nation elders too.
I'm 76 years young. I feel very young in spirit. Well, get along good with the staff. The activities, I'm only taking part in about half of them. But I do go out for coffee when they take us for coffee, or go down to the bread for some pie or some sandwich. And I play bingo once in a while.
And 36.
I think that Standing Buffalo needs a home like this to provide care to clients that need a place to go. We have a full-time nurse. We have 28 employees. 18 of them are full-time. Most of our clients have different disabilities. Some of them have acquired brain injuries. Some of them are aging. Some of them have dementia.
My role here is the activity director. My main job is to keep the residents happy. We exercise every morning, and so it usually goes for about a half an hour. We start at the head and work our way down to the toes, and then we stand. Your feet shoulder width apart with your legs. We play ring toss, shuffleboard, beanbag toss, take them bowling in Lipton. There's a bowling lane there, and they love that. We also have a birthday party every last day of the month, which we celebrate everyone's birthday on that day. There's a lot of one-on-one interaction when I have downtime, like playing cards or just talking. If I notice that they're having a bad day, I'll go and talk to them.
After a while, we started getting requests for youth that were injured, whether it be via motor vehicle accidents or they grew up with that type of condition, a brain injury. To me, it was a great eye-opener for, I believe, for everybody that was involved with the care home. We were able to see that the need for everybody to have that proper care is there, and we wanted to do what we can to help everyone.
My mom is 79 years old, and in December she had a bout of pneumonia, which put her right down, and she became very feeble, and she needed some time to get some therapy and rehabilitation and get her strength back so that she can be able to look after herself in the home, transport herself out of bed and use the washroom and do light stuff for herself in the kitchen. She's been in here before. Last year, again, she was in here for about 3 or 4 months. And this is the place where she wanted to come back to. She'll be here for 3 months until she can rebuild herself, and she's happy here. We want to be at ease and know that when we drive down that road that our mother is being cared for. She definitely is receiving that care, She interacts very well with the staff. She's got a very good sense of humor that hasn't been diminished while she's been here. So we look at things like that, and we come back and very little complaints from her, with the exception of, bossing us around, but that's normal of any mother,
I'm the nursing supervisor, so I supervise the nursing employees that are on the floor that dispense the medication. Once a week, the doctor and the pharmacist come in. I'm in charge of changing medication. We also do blood work here. Everybody gets a med renewal every 3 months, and then they get regular blood work 3 months. Private care home is basically, in layman's terms, for people who fall through the cracks that don't qualify for long-term care. It's very hard to get into long-term care, and with our Aboriginal people, they're not always wanting to go into long-term care. Basically, one gentleman told me that he wouldn't go into long-term care because he went to residential school and people told him what to do all his life. He's not going to go back, and that's what it is to him. But with our age variance, it really makes up for a family environment because we're not all elderly or we're not all young. I find the elderly ladies, they take on the role of being cookums and mushums, or in this, in Dakota country, it's kushi and unka. So it's really a diverse group, and it's challenging but rewarding at the same time.
I would love to see this care home carry on for another 50, 60 years, you know. I would love to see this care home become greater than it already is now. I would love to see an expansion for this care home. I would love to see, I guess, more cultural, you know, activities happening there as well. The care home itself is great right now, but I think we can always do better. You compare the funding that the care home gets, you know, which is basically very minimum, compared to the care home in the neighboring community. And, you know, we're operating on a very low budget. And I think if we were to become compatible with that, with wage parity, with services, I think this care home can be a huge success.
I was a power singer. I started singing when I was about maybe 10 years old. Sometimes I like to sing by myself. You know. I myself, I'm dedicated to this lodge forever. I'm not gonna leave it no matter, even if my family want me to go, I'm not gonna go. This is my home, and I love it here.